What's up, people? This is Master Rad here, and with me is Ferrari.
Hey guys.
Welcome to the newbies, and yeah, let's talk about the new Hearthstone year expansion that they're gonna do, which is the year of the Mammoth. If you guys don't know, in 2016, Blizzard announced the new release of the year cards, which was the year of the Kraken, and the expansions that they threw out was Whisper of the Old Gods and Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, and the adventure was One Night in Karazhan. And as you all know, they always release like new cards that are gonna create a new meta for the certain type of class decks that exist now. But the new thing that they're gonna do in Year of the Mammoth is that they're gonna put some of the vanilla cards, which were the first cards that were released in Hearthstone, and put it in the wild format. Which, if you guys don't know what that means, is there's the standard format, which is the cards that are used basically for this year, and the wild format, which is old cards that can't be used now in standard. Blah blah blah. It's basically that. And yeah, we just wanted to talk about this because Ferrari and I have been playing Hearthstone. Well, I've been playing it since the vanilla, and Ferrari started in Karazhan.
Yeah, I did. Starring Karazhan.
And we just wanted to update you guys on this, and also give our opinions over this, on if it's good or not, what they're gonna do. But let's start like talking about what they're gonna do in this new year. And let's start with the vanilla cards.
Let's start with the vanilla set and let's go one by one.
Yeah, let's go one by one.
Let's start with Iceland.
Let's start with the neutral cards.
The neutral cards. Okay.
The first one that they're showing, if you guys want to read more about it, it's gonna be in the link on the description bar. The first neutral card that they talk about is Azure Drake. If you guys have played Hearthstone, it's a 5 mana cost, 4/4, 4 attack, 4 health dragon that has spell damage +1 and battle cry draw a card. And this is gonna be wild now. Apparently they do it because it was a very versatile card for a 5 cost.
Basically, the effect of the card is you draw a card for free once you throw it in on the board, and pretty much it has +1 spell damage, which is great, and it's a 5 mana cost
4/4.
4/4, which is
a good counter for the priest if you guys play Hearthstone.
Yeah. So basically, this in particular is the card that's going to affect the most part of the game, as many decks, not to say the majority of the decks, have the card in it. So yeah, it's going to affect a lot of the decks right now. Yeah. Even the meta itself.
Yeah, because some of the classes that use this card is Shaman,
Rogue.
Does Dragon Priest use them?
I don't think. I mean, it depends on the person.
On the player who likes to put it or not.
Yeah, but it depends on the player.
What about Control Priest?
Control Priest, I don't think they.
Maybe not. Maybe. Depends on the player.
I don't see it in a Control Priest deck, but yeah, definitely. The point is that it will affect most of the decks in the game. Yeah. It will affect the meta itself, as it's one of the best cards in the game.
Yeah, one of the best 5 cost cards.
It's a value card, so pretty much.
And it's gonna fuck up the Shaman card, because the Shaman class, because the fucking what's it called, the weapon, the Spirit Claw.
Oh, the Spirit Claw. Yeah.
Because Spirit Claw needs spell damage to buff up the attack of the weapon.
Yeah, that's one of the cards that actually buff the card, and that's gonna be one less card in the deck to actually help it.
It's gonna be sad.
Yeah. So basically, it will affect most classes, as most classes actually use the card. And what hurts me the most, it's that it will hurt the rogue which is my favorite class. But there's also other things that will affect the class itself, and we'll be discussing that further as the video keeps going. But
Yeah.
let's talk about the next one,
The next
which
one
is
is Sylvanas Windrunner, baby. A legendary card, 6 mana, 5/5 with a death rattle, which is take control of a random enemy minion. In my opinion, it's not. I'm not that sad about it. You know, you mostly see it sometimes in some decks. Control decks maybe, but
I mean, that won't affect me because I don't have the card anyways. But you know, it will certainly affect.
I think control decks use them mostly.
Yeah.
And Nazoth decks.
In the soft decks, yeah. But yeah, it will hurt some of the current control decks or the ones that people were using like
because
a couple months ago.
It was also a cheaper mind control. That's the thing.
But it's one of the strongest cards, definitely one of the strongest cards in the game. And the fact that it will, you know, be out of the standard format, it's going to affect some decks that actually use the card. So definitely something to be concerned about.
Yep. Yeah, like we said, it's not that much of a big deal because we don't have it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna affect a lot of people too. And the last neutral card that they show that they're gonna put in the wild format is Ragnaros, the Fire Lord, which is an 8 mana, 8/8, who can't attack, but at the end of the turn he can deal 8 damage to a random enemy, which was he was mostly used in some control decks and mid-range decks. It was a very powerful card in my opinion because, well, if you think about an 8 mana card, the only 8 mana card you would think about is Ragnaros, because not many of the high mana cost cards are not that good, except some, like, let's say the warrior legendary, what's his name at the
the warrior legendary?
Yeah, Gromash.
Gromash.
Which was 8 mana, what, 4/9?
It was 8 mana for 10
with the rage, but it was a class card, so not everybody could use it, only the warrior. So as a neutral card, that Ragnaros was very powerful in that mindset because any class could use it, any control, any mid range, and some aggros would use it sometimes.
There's a lot of decks that would actually use the card if they had like a little bit of an extra space in them. But it was definitely a card that could substitute some of the big
7
cards if
mana
you were
and
missing
9
them.
mana, yeah.
But for me, I personally think that it won't affect much the game itself.
Yeah, because it's a high cost card. That's the problem.
It's a card that not every deck uses. It's definitely a good card and a pretty good one, to be honest. But it won't affect the game itself that much, as not many decks use it. I mean, there's quite a few decks that actually use it, but not the majority of the decks actually use the card.
Yeah, and in some of the metas that exist right now, it's the game mostly ends like in mid game.
Right.
Like if it takes the long game, it's mostly because you're in a freeze mage or a control warrior, which they take their time doing their shit. But there's so many mid-range meta right now that you might not see it playing that much.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Let's see the other. Now it's the class cards, and the first one is a Warlock card, which is Power Overwhelming. It's a 1 mana cost card, which gives a friendly minion +4/+4 until end of turn. Then it dies. and that is a very powerful card. If you have Leroy Jenkins, if you don't know, it's a six. It's a five mana.
It's a 5 mana 6/2
With
which
charge.
has a battle cry that summons like
Two whelps.
2 whelps for the enemy, because that's like the counter to the card. Because it's kind of broken that he has charge, and he's only a 5 mana cost that has 6 attack. So they had to do something to
the two whelps and the 2 health.
Yeah,
Also,
but Leroy Jenkins is still one of the most powerful cards in the game, because it's more like a finisher.
Yeah, it's always
I
a
would
finisher.
say.
Like you
And there's a
don't
lot
use
of
it that much.
comboing with it,
Yeah.
so it definitely has potential for a lot of decks. I personally use the card in some of my decks. It depends on the deck, obviously, but for example, I use it in my rogue deck, which, like I said, it's my favorite class, so that's why I have some rogue decks that I like to use, and some of them has Leroy Jenkins on it. And not only in the rogue decks, but I actually have a variation of the secret hunter, which has Leroy Jenkins on it, and I personally like the card in that deck. So yeah, power overwhelming. But let's talk about power overwhelming, because we're getting off topic.
Yeah,
here. Yeah, I'm kind of getting off.
No,
topic.
it was always a very good card to like destroy a high health minion, or just basically end the game by killing the player. But right now, yeah, it's like it says here. There's some text under the cards, and like I said, link in the description. Well, if you want to see more. Power overwhelming allows for extremely mana efficient minion trades or high spikes of damage for only 1 mana. Keeping this card exclusive to Wild will prevent some crazy combinations and spike damage. Warlock decks also tend to use lots of classic cards, so the deck changes less when new expansions release. This change will help increase the variety of cards in Warlock decks over time. It's kind of scary sometimes, because if you think about it, if they're gonna, put these guys in Wild, what are they gonna throw in the new expansions,
Right. But the thing is, power overwhelming is definitely a card that will not affect the warlocks that much, but it will certainly have an impact on most of the decks.
There might not be more Leroy Jenkins on the warlocks, because that was their bread and butter.
I mean, you might still see Leroy Jenkins as they, combo it with Faceless Manipulator.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's Faceless.
Because that's part of the Reno Lock deck. But not Leroy, sorry. Reno Luck do have power overwhelming on them. Some of them don't even use that card. True. But the rest of the decks will definitely get a little bit nerfed as the card goes to wild format. So,
and some of the Reno decks are gonna be nerfed too, because there's not gonna be any more Reno.
Yeah, but there's also a big variety of Reno decks. So.
Yeah, by the way, we forgot to mention that at the start of the year of the Mammoth, once some of the expansions comes out, the previous expansions are gonna go out to like a Grand Tournament, Blackrock Mountain, and League of Explorers. They're not gonna be playable anymore. They're gonna be in the wild format too.
Yep.
So some of the decks that you know about or you've heard about that may not exist anymore, or maybe they kind of still exist but with new cards. Let's keep going. Well, the Mage card, Icelands, which is 1 mana, freeze a character. If it was already frozen, deal 4 damage instead. What it says here is funny. It says Freeze Mage is a fun deck that has been around for over 3 years now, which is true.
Yeah.
I'm a witness to that. Yeah. And we'd like to see more variety with Mage decks after each major release. This move allows Freeze Mage to continue existing in Wild while creating more variety in Standard. Icelands also prevented us from making powerful spell damage cards and designs that allow you to duplicate your cards. Icelands was also a very high burst damage card, sometimes being a key component of 30 damage combos, which is true. I've been under the 30 damage combo from a freeze mage, which is stupid. Well, I would understand why they would take it out, because freeze mage was a very powerful deck if you had the cards in your hand.
That personally affects me a lot because
You
Freeze
like
Mage
Freeze Mage?
is one of my favorite decks. I've been playing the deck for a while now, and it's definitely a fun deck. I mean, it's not so fun for the opponent, I guess, but when you're playing it, it's like, well, you gotta put your pieces together. It's like an Exodia deck.
From Yu-Gi-Oh!
From Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference, right? But yeah, the point is that you have to combo really hard with that deck, and you gotta put the pieces together, and that's kind of the fun part to it. And you gotta survive with your spells,
with
and
your ice blocks
freezing,
and your
your ice
frozen
blocks
nova and your blizzard and everything controlling.
yeah.
Because that was mostly what it was. What was the other one? The one that gave you 8 armor?
It's Ice Block.
And-
Ice Block is the one that gives you 8 iron, I think, right?
No, ice block is
Ice
the one
barrier.
that ice barrier is the one that gives you 8
Ice
armor.
Barrier, yeah, it's the one that gives you 8 iron.
Stupid.
But the point is that the card will definitely affect the
Yeah, it
deck
will
a
affect the
lot.
mage.
It will probably it will
Well, the freeze
probably not be playable anymore. I mean,
Whoa.
I wouldn't say that, right?
Yeah, because they can replace it for now with the freeze potion. Was it that destroys a frozen minion? Just
but
for
the
control.
point
Just for
is,
control. It would be more
for
controlling.
control,
It would
I
be
mean,
more controlling.
I don't see that card like, you know.
Getting its just desserts.
Yeah, basically, I don't see that card being played in that deck, but
Yeah, well,
I mean, who knows?
we have to wait for the next expansions to see
Yeah.
if they're gonna keep the ice mage, the freeze mage going.
we're definitely gonna have to wait till the next expansion, because I mean, I can see that they could probably, I don't know, do some shenanigans with Anthonitis, with Archmage
Oh yeah,
Anthonitis.
Archmage Anthonitis,
They
yeah.
could actually put that now in the deck and create some fireballs. That sounds like a pun, but it's not. And yeah, definitely Anthonitis could probably take part in that deck now that Iceland's is gone.
Yeah.
But the deck will be playing differently
Oh yeah,
from what it is right now,
That
'cause-
always happens. Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to like that combo when you just had the
Yeah,
Frostbolt, and then you had the
Yeah, you had
Evolved
Emperor.
Cabal
Yeah.
and the 2 Icelands, and that's like a 17 damage combo right there.
Yep.
And I used to love that combo, but it is what it is, I guess.
Okay. The last one that they're gonna put in the wild format is Conceal, which is a rogue card. It's a 1 mana, give your minion stealth until your next turn. Let's see what it says. It's a very powerful mechanic, and it can also be very frustrating to play against, which is true. More for some classes than others. Hearthstone should ultimately be a game of plays and counterplays, and Conceal makes it increasingly more difficult for other classes to interact with rogue minions as time goes on. We considered promoting Gadgets on Auctioneer to Wild instead, but in the end we decided to move Conceal because Auctioneer has proven to be one of the most skill testing cards in the game. We think the power level of Auctioneer decreases with this change, and games where Auctioneer is played will be a bit more interactive. Basically what they're saying is, your card draw might get killed easily because not all of the decks can fight
Yeah.
against Conceal, which is true. Like,
So-
there's not many AoEs that can
So
kill those
I
decks.
definitely have to talk about this card in particular because holy shit.
Yeah, all of the
this
rogues
card-
used it.
This card, along with Usher Drake, are the cards that actually hurt me the most.
Because rogue is both.
Usher Drake It's used like in every single one of the rogue decks,
Yep.
and conceal is a card that's been used in every, not every, but like 90% of the rogue decks actually use the card.
Yep.
They actually use conceal, and the fact that that card's going away to the wild format, it's really shocking, especially for people like me that have the rogue class as their favorite class. And yeah, that sucks dicks. Sorry to say it like that.
Yeah, it does. It does. Like it's like when they did the, I use shaman card. I use the shaman class more than any other class. And when they did the, what's the name of the card that gives you like, it was 1 mana, gives you +3 attack at the. Damn it, I forgot the name.
1 mana +3 attack.
Yeah, Rockbiter weapon.
Oh, Rockbiter.
Rockbiter weapon. They changed it into 2 mana, cost 3 attack, and it changed the shaman completely. It was devastating for the shaman. So yeah, it's understandable when some things change like that. It really it makes your head spin a lot, because now it's like, oh, what can I replace this card now with? Because now it's not gonna work with this deck.
But the
It
thing
kinda
is,
sucks.
But the thing is that, the rogues don't have much to offer other than
The stuff.
very few selected cards that play in every single one of the decks
And
of the class.
it was a very good combo card because it was 1 mana, so it gave you enough mana
Yeah,
to keep doing
'cause,
combo.
The card provided you with a lot of combo shenanigans, and the fact that the card's going away, well, will probably eliminate combos like the one with the questing adventurer, where you could just play a lot of cards, increase the attack of the card, and later you would have it stealth so they can,
Yeah, I know, I understand. But yeah, that was basically the cards that are going from vanilla to wild. But at the exchange of that, if you did have those cards, they're gonna give you a full refund of dust without having to disenchant the cards. So that's cool. And if you still want to disenchant them, they'll still give you a full refund for them. So
Yeah,
you're gonna have a lot of dust.
that's a plus, I guess.
That's a plus for the new expansions that are coming. After that, mostly, if you guys remember, there are expansions and there are adventures. Expansions are free cards because they release in packs, and adventures you need to pay to do, like it says, an adventure to release the cards that are in that expansion, adventure expansion. They're gonna stop with the adventures and they're just gonna release expansions, but in exchange of that, they're gonna release an adventure which is gonna be a single player experience to explain the lore of the expansions. I think they might give you some stuff if you do them. I don't know, I haven't read that part very much because I was more happy that they're just gonna release expansions instead of adventures and not have to fucking pay all the time.
Yeah, right.
And it's gonna be 130 cards every expansion, so that's a lot. And if the first expansion is gonna be released earlier this year, the second mid-year, and the final one at the end of the year. So let's see where that goes.
Okay.
And let's see if it brings more people, because one of the things that I complained about is that I had to pay for the adventures to get some cards to use that were very meta heavy, and it was very hard for me to adapt a deck without those cards, because it's hard. It's very hard to use cards that are not in the meta.
I mean, so far I've bought every single one of the adventures except for an Axorams, which was gone by the time I started playing. But definitely every expansion, like every adventure, has its value.
Yeah.
'Cause every,
Mostly 2 to 3 cards, maybe 4. Because
I mean, there's a lot of value
some of them,
in some of them,
Karazhan didn't have that much.
especially in League of Explorers. Basically, every single one of the legendaries in that
Yeah,
adventure,
that one really had all of them were good.
a lot of value, and the cards, the rest of the cards themselves, there was a lot of them who actually
Yeah,
see play in some meta decks.
Yeah, that adventure had the most played cards.
And that's gonna suck once it's gone, because you know there's Reno.
There's Reno.
There's Reno, which has its own deck in like
Yeah.
some classes.
Yeah, which is mostly Warlock, Priest,
Especially
and Mage.
now that Gadgetzan has been out for a few months. I mean, like
Because of
1 or 2 months.
Kazakis.
Yeah, because of Kazakis, because of Raza the Shane for the priest.
What's up the
And-
chain? Is he
It's one of those cards that
Yeah,
you need to have like
not have
just
copy?
one copy.
just one copy?
Of,
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of those cards.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a pretty good card for priests, as you
Jesus.
know, it you know for using the hero power now it will cost 0 mana. So
No, Raza the Chain doesn't need that one. No, I have him. No, it's not him. It's another one. It looks the
What do you
same.
mean?
Like no, it's not Raza the Chain.
Yeah, Raza the Shane.
Is it
one of those
Raza the
cards.
Chain?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Raza the Chain. I need to see if it's because I have it and I think
I also
because there's another one. Ah, okay, yeah, it's true. It's because there's another one that looks like Raza, that has that the priest has also. That does the same
the
shit.
dragon one.
I think so.
I mean, I don't think it's, but that's a neutral card. You know?
Then it's my mistake, since I don't use priest.
But the dragon card, it's like it's the Rathion, was it? Rathion. It's the one that you're
Rathion.
talking about. Yeah, for the dragons. Basically, you keep drawing cards till you draw a dragon.
Yep. Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Yeah, that's a card.
Yeah, it's true. Like what you say, like the Reno decks might not be as good as before. You know, since Reno was like the guy that helped you survive, so you can keep throwing shit. Because well, it restores you to full health.
Hmm?
It's fucking stupid, but oh, it happens. Remember, Naxxaramas was one of the most powerful adventures that I remember. Fuck you, Naxxaramas.
That one has a lot of value, and even though, what's the name of the card that one of the legendaries in Naxxaramas was?
Naxxaramas? Well, there was the skeleton one, which revived
Yeah, that one.
the minions.
I forgot its name.
Fuck, I remember it. You son of a bitch. Naxxaramas. I really don't remember him.
I mean, the
Naxxaramas.
point is that card didn't see much play
No, it didn't.
back then, but it was definitely good. Because, I mean, you could trade efficiently with your opponent,
and it will
and
revive
then
them.
they would revive next turn. I don't see how that card didn't see much play back then.
Because it was an 8 mana 6/8, which was a very late game card. That was the problem. The one that was most used, it was Kel'Thuzad.
Kel'Thuzad, that's
The one that was most used was Lotheb. Lotheb was fucking broken because all your spells would cost 5 more.
yeah.
That would if you were a mage, if you were a shaman, if you were any like wizard class or whatever like you want to call them, spell heavy class deck, he would fuck your turn up so bad. So yeah, he was the most played legendary compared. Like Kel'Thuzad was the second most played of all, and the third one was Baron Rivendell, which would activate the Death Rattle twice. Like that was mostly it. The other ones, not that good. But yeah, where were we? Yeah, the Reno. We'll have to see what the expansions are gonna release. We're gonna talk about them when they release or when they show little by little the cards that are gonna come out, because they always do that. Blizzard does that, so you can understand what's gonna come out.
I mean, the question is, once Reno is gone, will
Will there still be Kazakhs play?
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's the thing. We have to see what the expansions come up with. We all have to wait for that.
I hope they come up with something good, because at this point, I don't know what's going to happen to those decks, but we'll see. And what else?
What else? They don't talk about anything anymore. The most they talk about after that is the fireside gatherings, which is like a what
grand tournament. Let's talk about grand tournament.
Grand tournament. There's I don't know. Like
There's
it didn't release that much.
Sorry. There's some value in grand tournament, especially because one of the cards of that expansion is Twilight Guardian.
Which one was that? Oh, the legendary.
Yeah, the legendary. No, not the legendary. The dragon, the one that gains.
The priest one? Oh no, it was a
attack.
neutral one. It was a neutral one. Plus one attack if you have a dragon in your hand.
Plus one and taunt.
And taunt also, which was it was a very strong priest dragon deck card for them.
And it's 4 mana, and it has 6 health.
6 health, yeah. 3. It was basically a 3/6 if you had a dragon in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very powerful card, but mostly used in priest because the dragon deck you would mostly see it in paladin, in warrior, and in priest. I wouldn't see it in anywhere
Another
else.
value card in that expansion that will be gone, obviously, because the expansion is gonna be taken away.
Which one?
Is
Emperor Thaurissan?
No, that's from BlackRock.
Yeah, that's gonna go out too.
Yeah, but, I mean, from
Grand Tournament?
Tournament.
Oh, the legendary one that would buff
Just the card True Heart.
Just a True Heart, which would buff your hero power. Mostly used in Control Warrior.
Yeah.
And in some priest, I remember.
Priest. Reno Priest was using it.
Yeah, Reno
That's
priest. But I don't. Yeah, that was mostly it. They wouldn't use it anywhere else.
Yeah, but it's still
Yeah, it was a vital card in some of the
some
decks.
control decks.
Yeah, so we have to say bye to that.
Oh, goodbye.
And yeah, I think that was only it from the grand tournament. I don't remember. Oh, the Thunderblood Valiant for the Shaman.
Oh, the Thunderblood Valley. I mean, it's not seeing much play anymore, but
Yeah,
it was definitely a key card
for the Totem Shaman.
for the Totem Shaman, for the what was it? Aggro Shaman.
No, it wasn't
mid-range.
aggro. It was mid-range Shaman mostly.
Mid-range Shaman.
But yeah, that was mostly some of the cards. The other ones, well, that was it. Blackrock Mountain had Emperor Thaurissan, which are one of the most powerful cards by its time. For its time, it was, and you end your turn, and all your cards in your hand will cost 1 mana less. That was super powerful.
The other card that will be taken away from as the Blackrock Mountain expansion goes away.
What?
Is Flame Waker.
Which one's Flame Waker?
The one for the tempo match. The
2/4 that
2/4.
every time you throw a spell,
Yeah.
he would do 1 damage or 2 damage to
exactly.
a random enemy.
So Flame Waker is definitely a annoying
Thank
card.
God.
A very
Thank God.
powerful card.
It was powerful because of one thing, and it was because he had 4 health and he had 3 mana. It was 3 mana, right?
It was
3
a
mana,
3 mana 2/4.
2/4, and the 4 health was stupid. It was so broken.
And the effect of the card was that
Very good.
Each time you would activate a spell, you would deal 2 random damage to your
to the enemy, maybe a minion, maybe the player. And it was a separate split damage. It could sometimes hit the same
to an enemy character. Yeah, but yeah,
it was fucking broken.
It's definitely one of the key cards to Tempo Mage. I would say.
Yeah, it was a very key card.
I don't know how.
Fucking 4 health.
I don't know how Tempo Mage will be played once that card goes away.
Ah.
Same goes for the Freeze Mage with the Islands, but you know we'll just have to see what pretty much
Yeah, the
Blizzard
expansion
come up with
for the expansions.
for
Yeah.
the expansions. I hope it's something good that would help the decks that are seeing, you know.
That are being played right now or not being. I would like to see new decks. I wanna see new decks. I always like to see new decks.
I just hope to see something good for the decks that are currently being affected.
Yeah,
right
so
now
they can
by
adapt.
the-
Yeah. By the wild the changes.
Yeah, by the changes.
Yeah. So yeah, let's finish up so we can go home. BlackRock, like we said, it was Emperor Thaurissan. End of the turn, 1 mana less for every card in your fucking hand. That was fucking stupid. And was there another one? That was mostly it. I don't remember that many BlackRock cards.
I mean,
Flame Waker and
Flame Waker. The rest of the legendaries on that expansion and that adventure weren't that relevant.
yeah,
Unless I'm like missing something. There's Nefarian.
Nefarian.
Was it?
No, Nefarian is vanilla.
No, Nefarian is from the BlackRock.
Nefarian is BlackRock?
It's the dragon, right?
The dragon.
Yeah, Nefarian is from BlackRock.
Oh, then that's new for me. I really forgot about that.
And it's not a card that see much play anyways.
Yep.
But it was a strong card, I guess. Not too much, but.
Oh yeah, it was.
And the other one was it
Cro-Magnus?
Cro-Magnus.
Which
was
one was
also
that one?
The dragon, the 6/8 mana that would duplicate.
The duplicate the cards you draw.
Yeah, the cards you draw. And Nefarian was the one that takes like 2 cards from the
Two cards
the opponent's class.
From the opponent's class cards.
Yeah.
Not very relevant, not very used. You know, Emperor Thaurissan was the shit for that adventure.
Yeah, that was
it.
pretty much the
He was
best
the
value.
shit.
And Flame Waker was definitely also a big value.
There might have been more
in
from the
that
other cards, but I don't remember them that much because maybe they're not being used that much. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, for ending the vid, let's see the other thing that they want to do.
We're missing something.
We're not. What else?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like there's nothing else. Like it's
Black
gonna
Rock, Grand Tournament, Lego Explorers,
and Lego Explorers. Yeah,
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Some of the cards, yeah, because
Okay.
the new cards are gonna be Whisper, Karazhan, and Gadgetsan, and the other 3 that are gonna come out this year. Blizzard wanted to end it with a little bit more with the Fireside Gatherings, which is a way to meet people who are just as passionate about Hearthstone as you are. That's what it says in the site in battle.net. It's basically like when you go to those let's say geek stores where you can buy cards like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Pokemon, and you can meet people there.
Yeah.
Mostly the same thing. They want to expand the program, so there are more places where you can go to meet people and play Hearthstone with. I would love for them to come to Puerto Rico. That would be cool. So we can meet people and tell them how much they suck. But yeah.
So they pretty much want to incorporate like a little bit of a social part to the.
Yeah, they've done the Fireside Gatherings before. This is not like new. It's just that it was relevant to some areas.
Right.
But they want to expand it more so more people can meet each other and see what they play, see what they don't like, what they like, which is cool. So I hope it does.
It's definitely a good idea if they do some like tournaments.
Oh yeah, like tournaments. Like I said, it would be cool in Puerto Rico. Like not many people know, but there are people that play Hearthstone in Puerto Rico. And in my university, there are a lot of people that play Hearthstone. Just not as good as I am, but and we got a flurry. There are gonna be daily login rewards now.
Right.
Offering dust, gold, and expansion packs. So that's gonna be cool. and they're gonna award new what are the called? What these things?
New heroes?
Yeah, a new rogue hero, which is Maiev Shadow Song, and yeah, you have to win 10 games
That's
of
right.
Hearthstone in standard rank or casual mode to get her.
I mean, and that's definitely good because Rogue at the moment doesn't have like any extra heroes. The only hero they have is the basic one, which is Valir.
Yep.
So that's really cool. Let me check it. Yeah, that looks really cool. I mean,
Yeah, and that's mostly it. Like, yeah, that's all the update talks about. There might be more in the coming weeks since the first expansion might come out soon, maybe in March. Maybe in March. Knowing Blizzard, maybe March or April. One of those two. So, well, they come out. They're gonna release some of the cards so you can see what they do and stuff. We might talk about them. We might not talk about them because, well, this is something that we wanted to talk about recently because, well, we play Hearthstone a lot. But yeah, maybe we might not talk about it because we might not be interested. Let's see what happens. But yeah, I think we can wrap this up. There's nothing new. Like I said, you can check out. I'm gonna put the link in the description for battle.net about the Year of the Mammoth. If you want to read more about it, like always, this is our opinion of the cards in Hearthstone. If you have any opinions about it, you can leave it in the comment section below. Like, favorite, and subscribe if you want to see more podcasts or vids like this. Yeah, we love you guys. Let's leave it at that. So bye bye. Ferrari,
Bye-bye.
any last words before we finish this?
No, not really. I mean, I think I said everything I needed to say, and yeah, but definitely, if you guys have any ideas for the game, you can actually.
Oh yeah, because people have made like cool fan art cards,
Yeah,
which
we
are very
would-
cool.
Yeah, we would like to hear your, we would like to see
Your-
your creativity.
Your creativity, your ideas for a cool card, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And yeah,
What's that?
make sure to see. I'm gonna get a camera now, so we're gonna do some vlogging, and we might talk about in the next podcast about how monotonous open world games are, or maybe about Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see what happens. So goodbye, everybody. We love you very much.
Bye bye.